Greetings and salutations, my friends. Welcome back to the Ramble Cabin. Not done one of these in a while. I've had a very busy week this week doing adulting stuff. Being an adult is just so overrated. So that's why there's no videos. And I was going to do I had time today, but I was like, I don't want to just do one FM video for the week. Let me just do a Q&A and catch you up on life. I've asked for a bunch of questions, and they're all about FM, gaming, life, all sort of random, obviously, because you lot are random. And so we just go through, and I've got some news to share, hopefully. Let's just go through a few questions. So first off, we have Craig asking, with the new F1 Manager being released in June, will you be doing a save on YouTube, or is the Journeyman still taking up so much of time? Journeyman does take up a lot of time. Another person asked if I was removing leagues. I am. It's a bit quicker now. But yes, 100% I will be doing an F1 Manager save. It's one of my favourite games. Yes, love that game. Can't wait. Hopefully they've improved it. The Boris asked, what is the feature of FM that you find most annoying and that is the least real life like? So, there is quite a few, I'd say. One that gets me probably unnecessarily annoyed, and if you've watched my stuff, you'll probably know maybe what it is, and that is loaning players. Okay? First of all, the thought of going to a League One club and loaning their player, and then having to argue whether I'm going to play the defensive midfielder I'm loaning in as a ball-winning midfielder on support or a defensive midfielder is a little bit weird. I can maybe understand position, but the role is they're similar, aren't they? But that's not the worst of it. It's when they keep coming back to you every week. Like, the manager's got so much spare time that he can email all these people that he's loaning the team out to and go, hey, look, you're playing him as a defensive midfielder instead of a ball-winning midfielder. I'm like, prove it. Like, I don't know why it annoys me so much. Maybe because it happens so regularly. But yeah, that does my head in. Paninian says, has your taste in ladies' underwear changed since this one must have snuck in, since the 2017 Journeyman, and do you ever regret doing it? No. Both no. I'm a classic underwear man. I do like a bit of underwire, and obviously push-up. I'm getting older now, so I need a good push-up. But no, don't regret stuff like that. It's just silly fun, innit? Loved it. People that haven't watched that video are very, very confused right now. Rami says, if you could see 5 years into the future, what kind of situation do you hope to be in? Bonus question, favourite meal? Go into detail, please. I need recommendations for dinner. So, 5 years' time. Hopefully, in a house, married, kid, dogs, cats, animals, big garden, stuff like that. Rescuing animals and stuff and helping out charities and everything like that. More news on that later. Bonus question, the food. I'm a classic guy. I'm going to go with a classic steak, rare steak, pepper sauce, obviously, chunky chips, veggies. Maybe, if you're feeling fruity, get a couple of onion rings in there and stuff. Just a pepper steak, a good steak. Cannot beat it. Brian, I'm from the north of Ireland. What's your least favourite things about living there? My least favourite things about living here, there's only really one, well, there's two negatives. Being quite far away from a lot of my family, that sucks. But the worst one is the weather. It rains a lot. And I live in the UK, so I grew up where it rains a lot. But over here, it rains a lot. So I'd like a little bit less rain, maybe a little bit more sunshine. My favourite things about living here, it's a beautiful country. The people are lovely. My missus is here, obviously, and her family and everything, and I've really enjoyed getting to know them. So that's a major plus. And also, the houses are a lot cheaper. Like a lot cheaper from where I'm from in Bournemouth. It's got extreme ends. Affordable. I can actually maybe buy a house. More on that later. Mike asks, is FM23 the biggest disappointment in the franchise thus far? I have a weird relationship with FM, is that I just enjoy it. And that feels weird nowadays. I do have, lots of gripes with the game. I'm happy to share them and talk about problems I have with the game. This FM23 has felt like one of the most meh years. It's not got worse, but it's like Okay. But, and I have no information, zero information. I'm not in the know, but I think big things are coming. Okay. Maybe this year, maybe next year. I think big changes are coming, and just stuff I've heard, rumours, and also the fact that this year was so meh that maybe things are coming in the next ones. Who knows? But if it is like some giant new match engine next year, I'm taking full credit for that. I'm saying, yeah, that's what I told you about it. Okay, Callum, what should Liverpool do for recruitment in the summer? I won't bore everybody that doesn't care about this. I'll give you a quick one. If we'd been Arsenal this year and finished second, battling Man City to near the end, then I would have gone for Jude Bellingham, spooge all our cash, missing piece type player. But because a number of our players have kind of fallen off a bit of a cliff, or at least a steep hill, then I'm glad we didn't just use all our money, because we don't have unlimited money. I'm glad we didn't go for him. I just think we need a centre-back and like 2 midfielders. I think our attack is fine. Just centre-back and 2 midfielders. Favourite cheese and your Chinese takeaway order? Okay, need a prop for this one. Okay, I've just discovered this cheese. I think it's Sainsbury's. It's called Castello Tickler. Extra mature. I love mature cheddar. Anything that makes you like wince because it's got such a tang to it. And Tickler. Oh, it's glorious. Chinese takeaway, I'm a char siu fried rice with a sweet and sour chicken balls. Lovely. Josh says, my question is, how are you doing? Very good. Thank you for the amazing content. Been watching since my... I was like, why would I put this question in? It's just sort of saying you're great. No, wait. Thank you for the amazing content. Been watching since my GCSEs and now just finished university. I feel so fucking old. Yes, I'm doing very well. We'll talk about that at the end. Will you ever do non-FM related content again? Loved your F1 managers, Jurassic World. That still annoys me, that Jurassic World. It was fun, but... yes, definitely. I think nowadays I'm less of a gamer and I'm more picky of what I play. I still play a lot of games. But like, I play a lot of League and I play a lot of Total War Warhammer and stuff like that. I sort of have my go-to games. But if and when there's a game that I really want to play, 100% yes. Craig asks, what's the biggest thing you've learnt from content creation? Okay, I'm going to go deep here, right? I'm going to go deep. I have learnt that I'm not a complete waste of space. Now, don't get all, don't think that like in the comments, right? I've said this before before I started YouTube. I've floated through life, various different jobs, various different careers, never liking anything, never just doing a job until I couldn't put up with it anymore, and then going on to the next one and stuff like that. And it wasn't until I found YouTube and making content that I was like, oh, this is my thing. And so it gave me purpose, and if I felt like, oh god, I am actually quite good at something. So yeah, giving me a purpose, like, well, that's probably deeper than you expected as an answer. Mr. Fibble, good news. I hope my question. Good news. I hope, because obviously the thing. My question: what are you most proud of achieving lately? So this leads me into my news. My missus and I, Emma, have had a bid accepted for a house. We had the bid we were in a bidding war on this house. I don't know, it was a couple of months ago. And it went out of our reach. Got too expensive. But it fell through, and the mortgage people contacted us again a couple of weeks ago. And so, yeah, so that's what I've been doing all this week, is doing finances and accounts and mortgagey stuff and everything like that. There's still a million things that can go wrong. So it's nowhere near done. We've still got to get the mortgage through and the survey results and all that sort of thing and everything like that. Solicitors, gubbins, all that fun stuff. But yes, so I am very proud, hopefully, in the next couple of months, that I can say that I have bought a house for me and my missus and our child, and the dogs and the cats. It's got a nice big garden. I'll make a video when and if it goes through and stuff. But yeah, that would be my life achievement. That's I'm sorted then. Like, happy with that. The answer, a bit random one. Have you watched Eurovision? If so, who's your favourite one? Yes, I watch Eurovision every year because it's amazing. It's how do you describe it? Imagine trying to describe Eurovision to an alien. It's a event where there are songs, and I don't particularly have a favourite like act or a particular song. Anything that's like heavy metal, Finnish heavy metal, glam rock types, the more over the top the better. If you're committing to Eurovision, don't give me a slow love song. No, that's not Eurovision. I want sequins, I want glam, I want absolutely over the topness. It's glorious. Eurovision is great. Anthony Ward, I've been away from Football Manager for a few years, but I'm about to try and get back into it and playing a question. What do you believe is the best kind of save to kickstart my time in FM? I've always said either go for the team you support, because that gives you an initial link, but also I think just more generally, do a one. I think if you're trying to get back into it, do a one team save, because then you can... You know the players better. You fall in love with the players. You might have players that are there with you 10 years. And if you're moving around, you've got a whole new set of players all the time. You become less interested in the personal player stuff. So I'd say pick your team or a team you're interested in and stick with them. Imotech, Halo Key, any news about the candles or the mugs? Also, can I have a shout out to my Wetherspoons friends, Bobby and Michael? They introduced to me just before the lockdown and loved the content and everything. Thank you very much. A nice one, Bobby and Michael, spreading the word. Respect it. Yes. Candles and mugs will be sold. I'm being forced into a corner at this one because they're all in a big room upstairs, right? For those that don't know, I've got these limited edition candles and mugs. I basically ordered these mugs. There's only going to be, I think there's going to be 95 or something. And candles that I literally designed myself. They're going to come in a little box set, and it's just been on the back burner, and I haven't wanted to do the website and stuff. I've just been very lazy with it. Like I'm not gonna pretend otherwise. I just haven't got round to it. But because we're moving, hopefully soonish, I will need to sell them. So expect them in the next couple of months before we have to move. I apologise for the slight 2-year delay. Okay. Fun times. What do you think of Brentford and Thomas Frank? I think Brentford are amazing, and they show what you can do if you have a clever ownership system, like down from the owners, directors, all the whatever titles they give them nowadays to the manager. I think Thomas Frank is a great manager. He reminds me of some sort of geography teacher, which I like as a manager. I think Tottenham should go for him. I feel like they should have gone for Poch. I think Tottenham should take a punt on him. And whether he'd leave or not, I don't know. But I think it would be great to see him at Tottenham. Rowan asks, what do you do in your free time? I hang out in my Discord. And I'm not one of those YouTubers that just says I hang out with my community. I actually hang out most nights. We go into the voice chat, watch the footy, just hang out, play games together, etc., etc. That's my group of friends. I'm also really into Warhammer, Age of Sigmar, and 40,000. I have a small collection here, but I also play online, and we do it within the Discord and stuff with Tabletop Simulator and stuff. So if you're interested in that, join the Discord. Watch a bit of footy. My other big passion is League of Legends. I've played it for like 10 years. I'm not very good at it. I'm average at it. I get gold every year. I think I've got plat once, maybe. But I love playing it, and I also love watching League of Legends esports. This is Fnatic. They are a League of Legends team. They are not very good right now, but they were once upon a time. But yeah, League of Legends I absolutely love League of Legends. Chris, you went balls deep with the database on this year's Journeyman. How much do you regret this once the save got going and you started to eye up the bigger African nations? I've not really regretted it. It takes a colossal amount of time. I just have to plan my day better. So I'm like, I need to record today, so therefore I need to play those 5 games or do that like 2-month gap or whatever. So I literally have to get up, and as soon as I get up, I start playing Football Manager. But I can still do other stuff while it's just hitting continue for a lot of the time. So I can do my usual stuff or edit other videos and stuff. So it's not too bad. And like I said before, I have reduced down the amount of teams, countries that are available now, and it's a little bit quicker. But obviously, it's getting quicker because I'm removing countries, but it's getting a little bit slower because of just natural slowness as the game progresses. But yeah, it's better than it used to be now. Indica or sativa? I like a nice mix. And I'm demonetized. How can you play this game for X amount of years and still, sorry to say, suck at it? I think we'll end on this question. I like to think of it as a special skill. Like, generally, it's because I don't play it that in depth. I learnt I know this is sort of a jokey question, and you're right, but as a more serious thing, I think the problem with this game, and the problem with a lot of games, is when you go so in depth with something, whether you're min-maxing in an RPG or whether you're going into every detail in Football Manager, the game can become too easy, and then I think people then drop off the game. You know, I've won the Champions League with my conference club in 6 years, so I've achieved everything. And I used to do that 15 years ago, but then I sort of took a step back and was like, just play it a little bit simpler. Let somebody else do all the media stuff, because that's boring. Let somebody else do all the training stuff, that's boring. I don't care if it's slightly worse than if I did it myself. I can live with that, because as long as you're half decent at tactics and you can buy good players, the game feels realistic, essentially. And that's my favourite part. So I kind of just stick to the bits, because I know that if I spent loads more hours doing stuff, I just get promoted every season. And that's just rubbish. That's just so dull. It's not even fun for me, let alone for you guys to watch. I enjoy the struggle. I enjoy the feeling of we're fucked. Like, what are we going to do here? How do we get out of this problem? Nothing's working. I like that. Not at the time. I'm absolutely furious and I get really angry. I wish I had a punching bag next to my desk. But just generally, and when I go back into edit the videos, I can then laugh at myself being angry. And I like that bit. It's good. I enjoy sucking. And on that note, yeah, so hopefully house stuff and then charity stuff. I'm very proud of my missus, because she has just gone on the board of a brand new animal charity, a rescue charity in Limavady, which is amazing. And so we'll be doing as much as we can to support that. I don't think we'll be an actual charity. I plan to make a whole YouTube channel for it and stuff like that. And then the money that earns goes into looking after the animals and stuff and passing any money on. But I think it will just work as a normal thing. But we do all this work with the charity and everything. So that's what I'm looking forward to. It's like the next chapter. I feel like I've been in this place, renting in this place for like 2 years. And I've been in essentially a holding pattern for 2 years. And I have so many ideas of what I want to do with the new channel and everything that I just can't wait to get started. And I can't wait to hopefully, in the next couple of months, show you around the new place. Because that should be exciting. They filmed Game of Thrones just up the road. If you didn't know. Well, you didn't know because you don't know where it is. Because how would you know? They filmed Game of Thrones all over Northern Ireland. It's like everybody can say that over here. Right. I'm waffling. It's a ramble. It's allowed. Thank you very much for watching. Normal service will be mostly resumed next week. I can't promise it because I don't know if any shit is going to hit the fan or with adulting stuff. But yeah, hopefully we're back to normal next week. I love you all very much. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.